Hi Nafai, happy Thursday, Dave here, and this week we are talking about being alone, or at least when I say that, the word alone as the description for the theme reads is more whatever comes to mind when the word alone is spoken. So I'm going to attack it from two different fronts. So obviously the main thing when someone says about being alone that comes to mind is the act of being alone, whether that's mentally or physically, whether you're alone in a house or you just feel alone because there's no one around you. But to me, being alone is not necessarily a bad thing. Let me explain. I have talked endlessly about my two separate jobs, which amount to many hours a week, both of which involve interacting with a whole multitude of people through different formats, be that talking to people over a counter, over a phone, through emails, or through Discord or various social media sites. That's a lot of interaction, and while I don't consider myself an introvert, I'm more of an ambivert, as probably most people are. That's been covered before on this channel too. I do feel that sometimes I get to the point where I just need to be alone to recharge, because that's a lot of interaction for a lot of hours of every day. So being alone can be as good for your mental health as being around people in that regard, and that you can recharge and have a bit of time for yourself. It's not just about talking to people or not talking to people, as it were. It's just being able to do something for yourself and to wind down and recharge and relax and maybe play a game or read a book or listen to an audiobook or film a YouTube video for no reason, or just sit and contemplate the world while staring at a wall, laying in a dark room, listening to music, taking part in a hobby, painting, crafting, whatever you happen to do. I am most relaxed when I'm traveling or on a train going somewhere experiencing something, but I'm also quite relaxed when I've been interacting with people for 13 hours a day and just need a bit of me time. But of course there is a difference between being alone and being lonely. Being lonely is the more dangerous one, because those two are synonymous with each other, but they don't always go together, because being alone, not always a bad thing, but being lonely tends to be the result of being alone too much. Which brings me to the current pandemic we are facing at the moment. Although there is a lot of good news on the horizon because of the vaccines, there are still a lot of people who have been alone, trapped, and they can't leave their house due to being high risk, scared, or any other number of reasons. Some people obviously can't see friends and family who live on the other side of the street, never mind in a different county or a different country, halfway across the world, wherever. But this is going to sound really strange and a really weird way of looking at things, but overall I'm glad the pandemic happened in 2020 and not like 2000 or the late 90s. There are so many websites out there where you can look for advice or entertainment, things to do, or get stuff that before the internet became so commonplace you wouldn't have been able to do. So at least, bad as this pandemic is, if it had happened 20 years ago, we'd be in such a worse place, because even things like communicating information to people is so important, and we've got television and we've got phones and we've got the internet, which all help. So the fact that news and entertainment and resources have become far more widely available to people who maybe probably wouldn't have been able to get out at the time is at least a good thing. And of course, having an online conversation, be it through Zoom or Google Hangouts or Discord voice chat, something like that, is not quite the same thing as being in a room with someone, but at least thanks to technology we aren't as alone as we otherwise may be. Well, that's me wrapping up for another few weeks. Haha, lame Christmas pun. Have a great day, keep mattering, and Jenny, apparently we'll see you on Sunday.